Alright guys, welcome back to another installment of Into the Infinity Verse, where I talk to go behind the scenes about a fanfiction series that me and my good friend Jason Voorhees 2011 are doing. And today, as of this recording, Jason posted a new story in the Infinity Verse Spotlight, which is basically like these one-and-done stories, but sometimes they'll have story arcs in them. And yeah, he finished a two-part story involving Lucy from Elfen Lied versus a assassin predator from The Predator. And with this new chapter, I thought it'd be cool to talk about the place of where the aliens, Predator, and even Prometheus are in the Infinity Verse. What is those three franchises' place in the fanfiction Infinity Verse? So, let's talk about the Xenomorphs first. The Xenomorphs are considered to be a very hostile race in the Infinity Verse. Like, they are feared. Like, because they know it's like a plague. It's more or less like no one wants to face them because they're one of the most dangerous species out there. The Xenomorphs also are considered by like most of the galactic empires in this galaxy, like the Cybertronians, the Gems. They know, like, despite the sheer size and abilities that they have on the Xenomorphs have numbers, and even a single one is dangerous. So it's best to try to avoid conflict with the Xenomorph hives. It's best to avoid conflict with them because they they breed in mass numbers. Now, another thing, and this was kind of hinted at in our first story, New Frontier, which kind of builds up everything, and, we're building up to an adaptation of the Marvel storyline, Annihilation. The Xenomorphs are actually going to play a major role in the story. They're going to be used as shock troops by the master villain behind this version of Annihilation in this fanfiction universe. I'm not going to say who it is. Jason and I are going to keep the major villain behind Annihilation a secret until we get to Annihilation. He's just going to be like a master planner. But yeah, I will say, because we did kind of hint at this, is that it is someone from Cybertron. It is a Cybertronian, but we're not going to say who it is. Anyway, so yeah, the Xenomorphs are actually being bred as the version of the Annihilation wave. They're hostile, they're aggressive. And yeah, how they're being controlled is again going to be a secret, because they are under the control of this villain. They are under the complete control of this villain who has been breeding queens to make more mass soldiers. And these soldiers need to be bred from, of course, eggs. And how you get eggs? You need hosts. And yeah, trust me, he's going to find places to get some hosts. Don't you worry about that. So, like I said, the Xenomorphs are going to play a big hand in the cosmic side. They are going to play a major role in the cosmic side of things. So moving on to the Predators. Now, like I said earlier, in this new one-shot we had, it does involve the Assassin Predator from The Predator. And yes, The Predator sucked, but and I actually didn't want to have the Predator any form of the Predator in continuity in this fanfiction universe. But Jason said, no, I think there's potential here for us to use this. And he explained to me of how he wanted to use it. I was like, yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. So how we're utilizing the elements from The Predator is, while that movie is not in continuity, the idea of genetically altering predators are. Now, keep in mind that not every predator is genetically altered. In this continuity of keep in mind, this is all fan fiction, again, but yeah, how we're utilizing the whole genetic editing for the Yautja race is that they are pure Yautja. There are pure Yautja, but however, when they do use genetic editing, that's considered dishonorable. You're supposed to hunt honorably. You're supposed to hunt with your own abilities. If you try to genetically alter yourself, you're basically saying, the prey is too powerful, I need to upgrade myself. So, because I can't beat him as I am. That means you're a weak warrior. So in this continuity, creatures like the Assassin Predator and other genetically altered characters are Bad Bloods. If you don't know what Bad Bloods are in Yautja continuity, in Yautja culture, Bad Bloods are considered originally to be dishonored predators or psychotic predators, like predators who go out and just go on a killing spree no matter what and kill everything they see. But in this also, that we are also considering that any predator that genetically alters himself is going to be considered a bad blood, because in this version of the Yautja culture is that you're the ultimate hunter as is. If you genetically alter yourself, you're basically telling the whole culture, I'm weak. I have to soup up. I have to soup up myself to be a better hunter. And you may be thinking, but yeah, they do that with their weapons. They always upgrade their weapons, so isn't that a form of dishonor? Not really. Warrior culture is always evolving their weapons. Warrior and hunter cultures are always evolving throughout their weaponry. That's just showing, like, how smart they are. You can upgrade your weapons, but you can't genetically alter yourself, because you're basically telling your tribe and your species, I'm a weakling, so I have to cheat in order to win. That's what, that's how we're utilizing the predator stuff. In that, the assassin predator, like the giant predator, of course I'm speaking of, and even the fugitive type predator, those predators are considered bad bloods in this continuity. So yeah, that's how we're using the Predator. It's still a really bad movie, but we took that idea and was like, yeah, but what if we, said it sucked, but made it, look interesting? You know what I mean? Imagine if we did that. So yeah, that was kind of the idea, really. That was really the idea we had. Also, not going to say too much, but that story in Infinity Verse Spotlights is actually going to build into a major story arc that is loosely based on the upcoming Amazing Spider-Man story with Kraven called Hunted. So be on the lookout for that, because that one was really I was actually talking to Jason the day, I remember this because I was talking to Jason, and he was I was telling him about the storyline of Hunted, and he's like, yeah, I already want to do this with in the Infinity Verse, but with Predators. And trust me, we've already thought of a story for that. But that'll be for a little while. So, finally, I want to bring up the Prometheus side of things. And when I say Prometheus, I mean the engineers. So, yeah, the engineers did create, we did have it at the, we don't really... Actually, we don't have a lot for the engineers as of this moment, but we do, because I'm not really spoiling anything because it's featured in New Frontier, is that there is an engineer ship on Atmos in this continuity. In the fanfiction continuity, is that there has been a engineer ship discovered on Atmos, deep inside Atmos, and it's kind of maybe hinting that the engineers created Atmos? Maybe they genetically altered everything? So, yeah, we're kind of hinting that, elements of the, is there an engineer in that ship? Not gonna say. Maybe there is, maybe there isn't. I can neither confirm nor deny that there may be a engineer on that ship on Atmos, and if he's gonna wake up or not. So yeah, that is pretty much the idea for Prometheus at the moment, is that it's a engineer ship, and maybe the Stormhawks might use it to get in more cosmic stuff. Just saying. But anyway, so that's for right now. We do have other ideas for the engineers, but that's kind of I don't want to spoil anything else of what we have with the engineers, but for right now, that's really it. And the only reason I told you guys was because, yeah, it kind of got mentioned in the story as is. So there you go. So there you go, guys. That is pretty much what we're doing with the aliens, predators, and engineers in the Infinity Verse. If you guys want to check out the fanfiction, I'll leave a link in the description below so you guys can check it out in the first story called The New Frontier, and then check out the other stories. So just comment below, let me know what you guys thought of all this, and I will see you guys later.